Hi guys, Lemi here. Welcome back to another art video. It is October, so if you're part of the art community, chances are that you've heard of something called Inktober, where you use ink to create an image daily. So every day of October, you should be creating an image, and that means you're participating in Inktober. So this is the first week of Inktober, so this is day 1 through 7. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about each piece when it occurs. This first one is actually part of my Moleskine notebook that I haven't used, and the image was there, so I kind of just, I sketched it a long time ago, so I did a little bit of fixing up, and I made it a little weird. It was a girl getting struck by lightning. So I didn't realize that the Copics, because Copics have ink in them, so I used them, I didn't realize that the Copics would go through the Moleskine pages, because they are very thick. So because of that, I had to use some colored pencil on the next drawing. Sue me, sorry. And that was because I already had a drawing that I did a really long time ago of Pikachu on the other side. Now you'll see on the left and the right of this page, I was making a picture based on my old YouTube layout, and it was kind of like paying homage to that old layout from a long time ago. So what I had to do with the Pikachu, because it was, I guess, kind of ruined from the seepage of the Copic on the other side, is I had to use colored pencils on the gray part, but what I used was a Sakura jelly roll, a Moonlight in yellow, to cover the Pikachu because it's opaque and it sits on top of the paper and it doesn't bleed through. So I just kind of covered up the Pikachu with this ink to make him pop out, and it also is fluorescent, so it kind of makes it look like he's electrically charged almost. And I did the same thing with the lightning bolts to make them stand out because the gray had bled to the other side, like I said. And that's what I did for day 2. So after day 2, you won't see any more colored pencils in week 1. It was just like I had to use them, and I didn't. This book, you can't really pull out the pages, so I had to salvage it, I guess. And then I'm moving on to the right side now, and this is also part of the old layout, like I mentioned earlier, but I wanted to use colored Staedtler liners to color in the picture. So I'm not actually like coloring it with the Copics, and the Staedtler Fineliners, the Triplus or Triplus, whatever liners, do not go through the Moleskine pages, so that's really good. Something that I learned through this process. And what I did was a bunch of different ways of hatching, and I kind of did hatching in squares because I wanted to give it like a pixely sort of look, because Pac-Man is a very old game, and yeah, it's like 8-bit, and I thought that the little squares, coloring it in squares, would be a cute way of doing that. And yeah, so this one was just kind of like a doodle page. And after this one with the mushroom, this new picture, you'll see that I'm inking it now. This is when I stopped with the old pictures that were in the book, and now I'm actually drawing like what I would draw now. So this is my character, Estella Vanilla, and I figured like she's definitely the character of mine that would most likely be a fashion kind of model of all my characters, because I wanted to do sort of like a different proportion thing that would be just kind of fun, which would mostly be black and white with little pops of color. So I used a Micron brush pen for the black, and then I used Staedtler Fineliners for the lipstick and the bow, and then I added Uniball metallic gold for her bracelets. Then on the left side of the paper, I am using I think it's Burgundy? I don't think it's brown, I think it's Burgundy, Sakura jelly roll, and I'm just kind of doodling out cookies because I was really in the mood for cookies, and I don't know. So it's kind of where I was going with that. I just really wanted a cookie, and yeah. And I thought it would be fun to not just draw characters, but it would also be kind of fun to draw other items as well, so that it's not all just like character drawings. And then on this last page, I am drawing my character, you can see right now, with I'm inking it with the Sakura professional brush pens. And there's something weird about this paper, and that's, for some reason, it sucks all the black out of a black liner. Like, your black lines do not look black, they look gray. And if I use this on any other paper, like a piece of bristle board, or like some sort of other paper, sketchbook, it doesn't suck the color out. And I don't know why that is with this Moleskine book, but the paper is kind of like an off-white, and I don't know, something about it just drains all the black out of it. So you'll see that those silhouettes of leaves, I go over it again and again to kind of like darken it, so that it looks more like a leaf shape. And yeah, but I don't know why it does that. Honestly, I don't know. So the coloring I did with the Staedtler Fineliners, and I did like lots of hatching and stuff. And then I did Piper's skin colors with Copics, because I didn't have anything that looked like a tan color. And I know I'm gonna have to kind of like fix that on the other page, but you'll see how I kind of come back from that in the next week video. So just on the left of Piper, this was the final day, and I just did this all with Staedtler Fineliners. I just got a leaf, and I kind of just hatched it all together, and yeah, with different colors. So this is all liner pens. I'm not using markers. I'm trying to use them not very much because they do bleed, but yeah. So a lot of work went into this video with the liners, and I hope that you guys liked week 1 of Inktober. There will be week 2 coming up next week if everything goes according to plan. So I'll see you guys next week, and have a great week. Yeah, bye!